Lyria, light your way.
Holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
You're from the Scolia Arcana, aren't you? Here to embarrass me? Well, I don't care. I'm glad I was dismissed. What is this? Ah, it was only a matter of time before the army found me out. Just my luck. This calls for another drink. I'll have to pack my things. Ah, Alison, how do I tell my sister? Where will she live? How will she? Rove, another ale. Make that two.
You must be here about the notice. How do I know? Simple. No one but the potential applicants will even speak to me. Must be because I reek of desperation, of one sending young souls off to certain doom. Well, once you hear the details, I'm sure you will lose interest. We of the Alpha Merchant Navy wish to hire a representative to track and kill the notorious pirate Dead Kell and his crew of murderous hanged men.
Ooh, DLC.
They had many names for him during the Middle Kingdom era. Ghost of the Frostbreak, the Blood Red Sail. Every captain and swab on the Frostbreak Sea feared for their lives when Kell raised his flag. Many widows were made in those days, my friend. Of course, that was centuries ago, before he was killed. Oh yes, the Alpha Navy put an end to Dead Kell generations ago. They tracked him to his island hideaway and turned his ship to tinder. There were no survivors. Now you understand our predicament. Our shipping and transport lanes are a gauntlet. Dead Kell preys on our ships like scabs feast on the dying. Helpless against it. We're losing 1 in 5 vessels departing from Rathir. Good sailors gone. Vital supplies sent to the depths. This must end now.
Okay.
You will? Truly? I must admit I did not anticipate this development. Here is your payment. It is made in good faith. Once you've made your preparations, report to Captain Rast Bratigan in the Keys. She will be your escort. Rast is a good and loyal companion, and a competent sailor, despite what they say. May Lyria protect you, and may her breath ever be at your back. Trust Rast.
A moment, love, I'll be...
Get this. I wake up yesterday morning with the worst headache. Me fighting a duel? You can't fight a duel without one. Now, you might be thinking, a puppy. Well, turns out my friends are all drunken cowards. Look, you seem tough enough. Be nice. Thank Lupoku. There is something else I should mention. Before you go to Dalton, that's my opponent, find Gelfine in the Wending and ask for some rows of shack. She'll know what you mean. Then go to the officers' hall in the Burn, and on the sly, put some on Dalton's sword point when you inspect it. Now, time for my part in this
Relax
business.
and rest a while.
Well, hello there, stranger. Grab a mug and... I don't own the place, but I know the drink is good. After all... I was wondering when word would get out that I had the bottle, but I'm afraid I can't give it over, stranger. It's not for sale.
I'm gonna pickpocket that motherfucker. You just wait and see.
Port today, see tomorrow. Docked in Rathir today. A drink, some cheer, a hot meal, and on the waves to tomorrow morning.
Aye. Breeze is nice, eh?
Stay dry, Captain.
You? How in the... Erlich, that turncoat. I never should have trusted a liar to commit murder. That's what... Of course I did. I'm not the Lord of Dolve-Arn. I'm not even from the Tawili coast. But what does it matter? I only did what I had to do. Don't we all? The Rathir authorities don't have to know. Keep this quiet and let me sail with this galley, and you can have the gold. I am a man of my word. Most of the time. No, you wretch! You will rue the... Come back.
Quest complete.
Yeah? Don't bother me. I'm waiting for a passenger, some suicidal idiot. Can't be caught chatting. I want to make a good impression. Well, tie me up and drag me under. So you're the one the Navy's hooked into finding Gallows End and killing Dead Kell. It's suicide! Really? Ask the others. Oh wait, you can't. But don't worry about them. Like my mother said, don't weep for the fallen. Even if they could hear you, they wouldn't care. He's the worst of the worst. A villain who truly enjoys the pain he inflicts. He's a slippery one, though. Not even death can catch Dead Kell. I'd love to be the one to bring him in. Maybe then I'd finally get some respect.
Maybe you need to get a different voice.
The mysterious island fortress of Dead Kell and his crew. Why? Do you know how to get there? Because I have no idea. I was hoping to figure it out as we go, but I'm starting to wonder if that's a good idea. You know, the other applicants. Dead. All of them. All of the ones they found. That one poor fellow was found cut into teeny tiny pieces. They needed a bucket to pull all of him from the surf. But don't you worry, we'll have a fine voyage. Flattery'll get you nowhere, unless I've had too much to drink. Then I'm afraid to say I'll get you all sorts of strange places. I shall not elaborate. Tari and I are ready when you are. Only what you want with you in case of an emergency. There aren't many merchants where we're headed. He's the fine first mate on the ground next to me. Words aren't his strength, although I'd be pressed to say what is exactly. I found him after I was forced to maroon my last first mate on a desert island. That man became obsessed with me, probably because we had sex. A lot. Seeing as I don't believe in navigation, I'd have to say no. Not at the moment. Not to worry. Once you've wrecked enough ships, you get the hang of it. If you're ready to depart, my vessel awaits. You'll find her both swift and seaworthy. Just don't go down into the hold. There's a leak down there. It's big. I'm predicting an uneventful voyage. We might even get bored. Off we go then. Trust no one. Except me, of course.
Lo, hear the tale of the pirate king who cut a blood-red wake from dark Rathir to Frostbreak Sea, and Dead Kell was his name. With hangmen crew and bone-white flag, he sailed from Gallows End. No solace for a sailor true when Dead Kell's ship came in.
Oh, I hope that she made it.
Wow! I did not foresee such a horrendous disaster. Too bad. Are you well? Everything in its right place? Most of the others were killed. It wasn't quick. I heard their cries in the fog, but I couldn't do a thing. Dead Kell. One moment there was nothing but open sea before us, and the next there he was. It didn't take much to sink the Calamity. That poor ship was asking for mercy, and Dead Kell granted her wish. Welcome to Gallows End, my friend. At least I think that's where we ended up. I hope you like surprises. No one is sorrier than I am. Those men and women were my family. Travelling as I do, there aren't many opportunities for closeness. I found that on the Calamity. Found it and lost it. Good thing Tari is still with me. Well, mostly. Not sure exactly, but he's bleeding like a gutted fish. We're going to need to reach shore if we want to fetch help. We'll have to come back for him. I wish there was another way. Gone, Lyria, bless her. Like Mother always said, never love anything, because all things end up dead. A wise woman, my mother. And very, very sad. The hull drifted off into an eastern cove, where it sank away completely. Only bubbles remain. And a more capable team I can't imagine. It appears our best path to the mainland is through a nearby cavern, but it seems to be flooded and blocked by debris. I do carry some old cobalt explosives in my pack, but I've never used one before. Well, not successfully. Let's go!
The flooded cavern. Around for loot.
It's time to see whether or not these explosives are worth the price I paid for them. I'm lost.
Seems like there'd be some treasure chest here or something. What? Well. Oh man, we got some cornflakes. We got some Triscuits.
I'm lost.
How the fuck did she get over there? Gunflower.
I'm going to explode this next wall. Keep your distance. I'm lost. I've crashed a lot of ships. He'll pay. I'll see to it. No time to duel.
I gotta explore the fucking dungeon, you know me. That little bitch ran away. Is that a fucking shark? Oh, it's just a big ass fish. I guess I have to use the explosive to make my own path.
Jellyfish! I'm out of explosive. One of us is going to need to find some way to get us through. You see, I don't swim. Or did I fail to mention that? No time to duel.
Mm-hmm. Fresh here.
We're close. It's time
Bitch really can't swim.
Out we go.
Gallows.
Out we go. Amazing! We survived! I didn't want to say anything in the cavern, but I was betting against us. In the words of my dear departed mother, always prepare for the worst, for it'll probably happen. There looks to be a settlement on the beach. Come, let's see who's at home. Ready when you are? You're leading this mission now. You might want to introduce... Ready when you are?
Akara blesses us with another lost soul. Welcome, stranger. I am Alder Malloy, and you've arrived at Cape Solace just in time. Tell me, how have you come to find yourself upon our shore? It is a village established by those of us whose fates have brought us to Gallows End. Sailors and settlers, foreigners and families, but castaways all. We have made a life here on these beaches and in this village. Akara is the reason I am here. The reason all of us on this island are here. And maybe, my friend, it's why you are here as well. Akara is this island and everything upon it. Ah, so you're here for the oppressor, he who was cast down. You're not the first to arrive on these shores in search of him. You will not be the last. But Akara's magic protects us here in Cape Solace. We are safe from Dead Kell's deathless touch. The same cannot be said for those who venture past the boundaries of the village, near the keep and the surrounding forest. Dead Kell was the favorite son of Akara. He was given great gifts from our protector, only to squander them in the pursuit of power. We are blessed not to fear him. So many others live at his mercy, but not those of us here on the safety of the beaches. Akara protects the faithful. Why, it is the great fortress that looms in the north. Grave Hall, as it was named by the Deverga craftsmen who raised its mighty walls. But the Deverga have long since abandoned the island, leaving their great keep empty. Some in the village, like Paddy, are intrigued by the keep's dark courts and corridors. But I would avoid it. Grave Hall is haunted. The villain Dead Kell rules much of this island, and he strives tirelessly to control every last inch. Akara will not let this happen. We are protected in this spot alone, just south of the river and along the coast. The Fallen One has no power here, and it enrages him. Then you will fit in well. Keeping the village strong is truly a group undertaking. We get by with Akara's blessing and providence, of course. You may stay with us for as long as you wish, but might I suggest we all must do our part?
I don't know about you, but all of this talk about Akara is unsettling. I'm going to ask around about ways to get off the island, since I'm almost certainly not going to want to stay. We'll have to secure another vessel, but from the looks of the village, they don't... In the meantime, I'll ask you to scour the beaches for survivors of our wreck. Such a possibility has left me I throw up. I did not see my bosun Thora among the dead, or his wife Asa. There's a chance they have evaded death's grip and still count among the living. Mark my words, if even one of them survives, I will fight to the earth's edge to fight. That's the spirit! I knew taking you on board was the right idea. That fortune... I will stay here and speak to Alder about a boat. And I'll have Dead Kell's head if it's the last thing I do. Keep your boots dry. Yeah, what?
Hello there, castaway. Anything I can do to make
Let's see what he's got. Shall.
more comfortable? Thank you much.
Greetings.
Motherfuckers need a blacksmith in here.
Look what the reef brought ashore this time. I am Padrig Dower. My friends call me Paddy, but I assume dear Alder's given you the welcome speech? It's getting crowded down here, you know. Pity we can't move, some of us at least, up to the keep on the hill. Thing of beauty, isn't it? Nothing like the great city of Odessa, of course, but just as breathtaking. Please excuse my enthusiasm. I was an architect back in the world. If you want a nicer place to live, and you aren't afraid of spirits, I can help you get that key. Interested? It's not haunted. Cursed, maybe, but not haunted. Gates locked and it's crawling with those damn scabs. And every so often, someone gets an idea to sneak in. Most don't get as far as the door, and those who do never come back. I've gotten as far as the top of the wall to have a peek inside. Wasn't easy, but I had a good enough look to know I'd better climb right back down and think of something else. Everything else, I know from the dream. Last night, I dreamt of the keep as it once was, several stories tall and so beautiful, it made me cry. When I awoke, I was clutching this key in my hand. I don't put much stock in a Kara, but I do know a sign when I see one. There was more, but I can't recall it clearly. Perhaps it'll come back. Fantastic! Let me know when you're ready to go, and we'll be off. I'll be ready whenever you are. Bye.